Alright, everybody. This is going to be another series that I'm going to be creating for my YouTube channel. And I'm still going to be using my Legitly YouTube channel for Blender stuff that I'm trying to work on now. I don't know if you guys really care or not, but I had a really bad accident inside of my motorcycle. And it made me get put into a coma for a year, and now I'm finally back. So now I'm trying to relearn Blender, and I've been having a lot of issues trying to learn it because it's new to me, because Blender has like version 3.0 now or higher. And I found out looking at my old YouTube videos that I was using Blender 2.8 or 2.8B and basically just 2.8 and lower, or a little higher. But so today I found out, because I had to do some research. I didn't really find too many people talking about stuff, but what I had an issue with trying to learn was how to use the lasso in Blender. And this guy kind of was talking about it, but he didn't really say it too well. And that's what I've been having a lot of issues with too. Trying to learn Blender from like YouTubers and like free videos and stuff. I've been having issues with people like trying to learn everything. But so I'm gonna bring up the version of Blender that I have right now. So I think it's 3.1.2. That's like the latest one that I have, but I did download the 2.8 one just so I could have it, so I could look at my old videos and try to learn it again. Cause some of the stuff is still the same, but there's still a lot of differences, like where to find stuff. That's what I've really been having issues with, is finding things, or trying to understand what they're talking about. So I'll look at like a tutorial, but sometimes what they're talking about isn't the same because they don't have the same Blender that I have. Blender 3.1.2. So here I found out how to use lasso. So I'm making this video really for me, so that way I can basically tell myself and teach myself all over again, so that way I won't forget where I'm at. But in here, this is the cube, the normal cube that comes with Blender, and that's on any Blender version that you would have. I found out how to use the lasso technique. So here, if you just have the regular Blender up, if you just click on like the camera or the light, you can just click on anything just using the left click button on your mouse, and that will select everything. Or you could just hold the select button and it will drag and create a box, and then you could grab everything that way. But some people like me, I may need to use other ways of selecting everything. So if you go to this button here, if you just press the left click button, you can drag yourself down to select lasso. And what lasso is the ability to grab everything. So it creates like kind of like a rope that will grab everything. Instead of just using that box, you can just drag and draw all the way around, and you can grab everything using that. See? So I grabbed the light, the camera, and the cube using lasso. And this will work on edit mode or object mode. So if I hit tab, I'll be in edit mode, but I'm gonna get back into object mode and then unselect everything and just select the cube. So if I do tab, now I'm in edit mode, and now lets you grab individual vertices. So you can just hold this, you can just click on it regularly without touching anything other than just the cube. But if you press shift, that'll be able to select more than one vertice. So if I select shift, hit shift and select all these individual dots, these are all vertices. So I can select them all that way, or I can do the lasso still. So if I just left click over here and hold it down, I could select lasso and then drag this and then all the way around. I can grab all those vertices at once, or I can just say if I only want these 4 in the front, I can use lasso and do that too. Just like that. So lasso works pretty good. I like that one. And also, we have another ability to grab. So we have select with circle. So this circle select, and what it does, it makes a kind of like a circular button that you can grab and click on all the little dots that you want. So if you just hold the left click button on your mouse, you can grab everything, just press and select. So if I just want to grab these 4 right here, there you go. Now I have selected basically the face. That's why that lit up, because it's the face of this side over here. But also I wanted to mention also is that if you hit all of those, or select all of them pressing A on your keyboard, you can hit M, which will be to merge the vertices together. So you can do by distance, by cursor, by center. So if you wanted to, you can select everything and put it at the center. Or if I hit Control Z to go back, I can do that. So if I grab these 4 points and I hit M to merge, I can do at center, and that puts it right there at a point. And you can see that the box doesn't look like a box anymore. It looks like a triangle kind of. But so those are like the 2 main things I learned in these last 2 days. Like today I learned about lasso and the circle to select stuff, and then yesterday I learned about the yesterday I learned about the merge, and today I learned about the lasso and stuff. So every day I'm trying to learn a little bit more of Blender. So that's why I'm making these videos, so that way I can have something to remember whenever I start to forget a little bit. But yeah, thanks to that accident, it really screwed up my mind. So like I don't know Blender as well as I did when I first started using it. I mean, I know about what it's capable of and what I was able to do and what I have done, like making those machines like the 3D printers and the CNC machine that I made, and that CO2 laser cutter is what I use Blender to make. So basically what I did, I would just select like the cube, and then I would use measure it, and that will it'll give me the measurements in millimeters to let me know how big something is, and 3D space into the real world. So that's one of the reasons why I was creating the Facebook page called Blender in IRL, for in real world, in real life. Because I was really learning about how to make stuff in Blender that's in 3D and building it into real life. So like if I wanted to right now, I could turn this triangle right here into like a little pyramid type of thing, and I could actually save this, export it as a STL, and then 3D print it on my 3D printer. So like that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to learn Blender again, so that I can get back into making stuff again too. So I have these 2 big things that I really want to make, and I've been wanting to make them for years, even before the accident, but I haven't actually made any of them. I guess I was just too busy trying to build machines like the CO2 laser cutter and my CNC machine. So all those machines took time for me to make it and to learn everything. I still have those machines, but I need to be able to relearn how to use it again, because that accident really made me forget a lot, and it kind of still bothers me because of the fact that I wish I still knew everything like I used to know it. So now I'm gonna have to start back from scratch. So that kind of sucks, but I'm getting used to it, I guess. So every day I'm gonna be on Blender, trying to learn a little bit more. I've been learning from the CG Cookie guy, and using like Udemy and stuff like that would help out. So really, I'm just trying to learn from anybody now. And if anybody is watching this video on my YouTube channel, and if you know of a good place that I can learn from, like a website or something, other than Skillshare, because I know that's the one that everybody goes to. The only reason I'm not using Skillshare is because it costs like $14 a month. I mean, you start off with a 7-day free trial, which is pretty cool, but I'd rather have free learning from Blender like I used to do it, because that's what I did. I never really paid for anything like to learn Blender. I bought stuff for Blender, but like my drawing tablet, the Huion Canvas Pro, but I didn't actually pay for any lessons for Blender before. So now I'm just trying to learn Blender like how I used to do it. And I still have the ability to make stuff. I know I kind of remember things, like some things, like if I hit Shift A, I can add add for a mesh, or if I go, if I go down, let me just select the trackpad. Now if I hit Shift A, I can go down from mesh, but if I go Shift A, so you can select any type of objects. But if I go back to object mode, hit 1 on my keypad to look at the front view, hit Shift A again, that'll be able to bring up, my images. So if I wanted to learn how to build something or design something from somebody that drew or some kind of drawing, I could go to image. You could do background or reference. I use references usually. And then in my documents, I got some images already in there, I believe. So if I go down, or downloads would work too. So if I go to references, so like I was trying to I want to make Happy from Fairy Tail, the little cat, flying cat that's in the anime. So I downloaded a picture or a reference image of Happy before, and I think it's in here somewhere. I just don't really remember exactly where I placed it at. I'm sorry if this is taking too long, guys. I'm just still trying to remember everything. So like, my mind isn't broken, but there's still some things that I need to get a hold of on some things. But I have been trying to remember everything. Like, I remember a lot of anime that I've watched, videos, movies, all kinds of stuff like that. But Blender is the one thing that I have a problem trying to remember stuff. So right now I'm just trying to really get back into my Blender stuff. So what I'll do to look for the Happy, I'm gonna just go back to downloads, or hold on. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like some things I just don't remember, and it really bothers me because I didn't have a lot of problems before trying to remember everything. See, I got this PNG reference image of Happy, and now all I gotta do is just find where exactly it's at. Oh, it's in documents. See, I know it was in documents somewhere. I just couldn't see it. So let's see if I can find it in this, and then I can find it inside a Blender. 3D printer. There's so many 3D stuff already made inside of my computer that I haven't actually printed out on my 3D printer yet. But Happy should be in here somewhere. I just don't know the name of it. It should be Happy reference image. So if I just keep on scrolling down, I should be able to find it. But that's my problem that I got nowadays. That stupid motorcycle really screwed up my brain. Like, I was in a coma for a year, and I was in the hospital, and like moved from the hospital and got into a therapy place to help me walk again, but they weren't doing all that great of a job. So I finally got back home like towards the end of last year, like maybe like I think it was August when I got out of the hospital last year. So now I'm just trying to learn Blender really well again. And then on top of that, I want to get back into building stuff. And I have started me a new YouTube channel called Anime Everyday because I love anime a lot. And that's the one thing about me that I do remember is that I loved anime so much. And I even remember all the TV shows that I've watched. I remember a lot of things, like, see right here, Ultra Instinct Goku. That was in Blender too. I was making that. And there goes Happy reference image. Okay, so it's in here. So now all I gotta do is go into Blender and look it up on here, wherever that was exactly. So I just gotta go down till I see it. But yeah, that's my main issue. So right there goes Happy JPG. So if I just select that and load that, and there you go. Now I got the Happy reference image. And if I don't want this in the way, I could just push H. I remember that. If I press H, that will hide the cube, and then I could see everything on my picture. So if I wanted to, I can go to move, and that'll give me the ability to move my picture around. So if I wanted to start making Happy again, I think it was I'm gonna press H again, or Shift H maybe, or let me see if it's Shift H or Control H, or I'm not sure exactly what the hotkey is again to bring it back, but I know if I go to my collection, my scene panel here, I can bring it back up and bring up my Happy picture, so I can still see stuff, and I still kind of know some things, but I'm just still having issues trying to learn Blender again. It's just because Blender has so many add-ons and updates that I don't know about. And even before my accident, I was watching a video yesterday talking about everything about Blender, saying that I didn't get like version 2.8 or something like that back in the day, like 2.8B or something, because I was trying to learn Blender, the older version of Blender back then too. So I think that may be another issue that I have, is that Blender's just so old now that I don't really know, like, too new, and I use the older version that now I'm just trying to get back into Blender again. But I still remember some hotkeys, like G is to move, and then B is to select, everything. And then if I select this and I want to move it, so you hit R to rotate, and that'll be able to flip things around. And you can even press R and then press like 90 degrees for a 90 degrees angle. So like there's a lot of different things I do remember about Blender, like the measure it stuff. There's just been a lot of different things that I've been trying to remember. But Blender is something that I know is going to take a long time for me to learn, I think. So maybe a month, and maybe 2 months, maybe even the rest of this year. But I'm going to keep on making videos and doing things on Blender, trying to learn it so that way I can be able to make videos and make things on Blender again like I used to do it. That's the main things that I really want to do in life, is build stuff again like I used to build things. I still feel like I had the ability to learn and build stuff like I used to do it, but I'm just not sure how I'm gonna go about everything anymore. Cause I'm not working anymore either. I'm on SSI to get money, so now things are just different for me. So I may not be able to build machines anymore, but I will be 3D printing again because I still got a lot of filament. I saved a lot of the filament that I have. I may have some ABS. I'm not sure if I still have it or not. But I do have PLA filament, and I know where they're at. So that's good news. Now, once I learn Blender again, then I'll start 3D printing again using like Thingiverse again like I used to do it. Because I have a Thingiverse account. I think I still got it. I just haven't looked it up because I haven't been designing anything in 3D like that anymore. But I will be getting back into it. But this is just part 1 of me learning Blender again. So that way I can kind of remember and recognize and see where I'm at on things. So hit R to rotate that. Hit R, hit 0 to put it back to normal. But yeah, so this video is just to tell me where I'm at, so that way I can remember if I start to forget anything. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And also, I will be just, if I can learn Blender again like I used to do it, then I probably will be a tutor myself, because I have been looking up like tutors and stuff, and like I found out yesterday they have this college that teaches people stuff, but when I had them call me back about the whole Blender stuff, my wife talked to them, and it turns out it was going to cost me $700 to learn Blender. And I don't have $700 to make anything or to do anything like that. So I had to learn. I'm gonna have to learn free by myself, like on CG Cookie or Udemy or something like that. I mean, I may be able to spend a little bit of money on to learn Blender, but at the moment I'm just trying to learn it free like I used to do it. But I'm starting to get there. And if I just keep at it and learn every day, then I should be able to unlock the ability to be able to do Blender like I used to do it. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think down below.